closer, you know, as the set progresses. My name is Captain. I am 1/3 owner of the Origin Arts and Community Center. The Origin Arts and Community Center has been open and operating since 2015 as an art space, a Black-owned art space that provides art programming, workshops, but also a space for all artists who wants to create their art, practice the art, nurture the art, grow it, or just vibe with other artists and connect, right? And during the pandemic, we nearly took a hit and almost closed the doors, but we survived, and we're back. So we out, and we here, so. Yes. So this is going to be the first in a long time we're doing the Origin Kitchen Concerts, right? So the Origin Kitchen Concerts is a platform where we give local artists, some are established, some are well-known and popular, but given a platform where you could showcase your art, right? And Emancipate Yourself was the first one we're going to do for 2024. When I first decided to do Emancipate Yourself, a lot of people took the word emancipation and linked it to maybe something dealing with like slavery or oppression and stuff like that. And Black History Month is coming up, but it has nothing to do with that per se. It has to do with just us emancipating ourselves internally, right? And as artists have been confined, especially from the corporations, right? So the corporations have confined us in a way where these contracts, if you ever saw some of these record contracts or athletic contracts, they were so tightly binding to the person that they couldn't express themselves or couldn't, like, you know, if they wanted to take control of their destiny, switch to another team, you know, without being fully exploited, or if an artist wanted to leave one particular label because the contract was unfair, they couldn't do so, right? So that's what emancipation and Emancipate Yourself is. For artistic expression, right, we want to be free of the constraints that the corporations had over us. The corporations do have a play, right? They get our music out there, our art out there, our clothing line, whatever it is, but the terms have to be more, you know, equitable, or I think that's not the word, equitable on both sides, right? For the artist and also the corporation. So we want to be able to express ourselves. We want to have creative control. We want to own our masters. We want to say the things we want to say, and just be free in our art. So that's what Emancipate Yourself is about. So give yourself a round of applause where everybody believes in being free from those kind of constraints. Now, I'm going to introduce you to a brother who is well seasoned in the spoken word realm, right? Here in Ottawa and Montreal and Ontario and Canada, period. He's a veteran of the spoken word and hip hop genre. He is an arts creator, programmer, right? He's traveled to many different Caribbean countries and to the mother continent. He's been to Africa. I think he just came back last year from Africa, Uganda, right? Uganda he was in, doing the spoken word and his hip hop. So his accolades is many. He's a slam poet champion, this, that, the other. Has a few albums out, CD compilations and stuff like that. Been featured, CBC, all kinds of stuff. And I'm proud, and I've known him for many years. I'm honored to have him being the first person, and ironically, he has poems named Emancipation, right? Or something to that extent, right? Emancipation or Emancipate Yourself, or some variation of those words. So it's just fitting that he's going to be the first person to be presenting his art for Emancipate Yourself 2024. And without further ado, I'm going to introduce you. I don't do the governments, right? So I don't do the government name. His name is Nth Digri. Nth meaning like the ninth to the ninth power, right? He's the nth, so he's the highest degree. And welcome, Nth Digri.
Well, good evening, everybody, and thanks for coming out tonight. It's a pleasure to be here. My brother, like you said, we've known each other for a minute, and respect a lot of the work he's done, and Jamal, and also their other partners in Origin. So big shout out to Origin for this night and all the work that they've done in the past. And yeah, that's allowed the artists to really come out and speak freely and free themselves from a lot of things that would otherwise prevent people from doing a little more innovative and experimental. And I think like this kind of vibe, very, very neighborly, You know what I mean? Very, very family kind of almost. You know, we can, we're in a space, we see each other, people say hi, they have a great bite to eat, you have nice artwork on the wall and things. So yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. And I'm the Nth Digri, NTHDIGRI, Nth Digri. You could get me on social media. You can find me all over the place at NTHDIGRI. You'll find me everywhere. And hopefully enjoy what you see. And if you want to pick up any of the work that I've done, if you're interested, you can find it there. I got some stuff that's streaming and so on. But I would just say, oh yes, and we also have the crafts tonight. So cute. Yeah, you could see the crafts over there by the desk. Very nice, the barrettes. And I have some books there. I think that's what my brother's trying to say too. But you know, we all trying to help promote each other's stuff. So we got barrettes and books. It was very nice. The books are, the one I have over there is called Sirius Ting. And that's a book of poetry that I have all recently. So if you're interested, go over and let me know, and you can pick one up. No problem. So having said that, yeah, obviously is many faceted. And I think like the first one I'm going to do for you tonight looks at it from a point of view, you know, in terms of the journey we take of like some contemporary realities, you know, that face us, where people are no longer free, especially emancipation. Like my brother said, well, a lot of times with, you know, Emancipation Day, and we know August 1st is a great day for that. You know, in a lot of Caribbean nations, we know that a lot of countries in Africa and Asia, around the world, everywhere people have struggled to throw off, you know, those oppressive regimes. And so we think of emancipation in that context. But of course, we still have things that are going on today that are not right. Can we all say that there is emancipation if these things are still going down? So we always have to be cognizant of that or recognize. And this little piece I have to open things off is just a little reflection on that. It's more my little intro poem, and it's called Emancipation. Until those seeking refuge no longer perish in the ocean, seeking shelter from wealthier nation, we won't have real emancipation. For all we scattered nation. Until men, women, and children no longer suffer abuse and exploitation, forced labor, and human trafficking and degradation, we won't have real emancipation for all we scattered nation. And until indigenous peoples are fully part of the conversation, with land and water free of pollution, equal health and education, we won't have real emancipation for all we scattered nation. And see, we seek emancipation. So come, let me speak emancipation. And I mean real emancipation for all we scattered nation. Scattered nation. Scattered nation.